Hello, hi, and welcome to yet another episode of Sun4U Radio. See, I didn't get that wrong,
Yep.
My name is Pria.
My name is Damien, and today we
have a special guest for us. Her name is Breenda. Breenda, hi.
Hello.
Would you like to introduce yourself a bit?
Of course. Hello, my name is Breenda Pillay. I am doing my degree in business management. I'm currently a final year student, so I'm almost ended my uni life.
Yep.
Starting internship next year, January. It's surreal.
Good luck. Good luck.
all the best.
Going into the real world very, very soon.
Yep. And then before that, you are also part of our Sun4U team, right?
Yes, I'm part of the PR department.
Yep.
I have been since last year.
You want to introduce your position to the listener also?
All right, sure. I'm the assistant director of public relations. So my main role or task is to kind of liaise with external parties to ensure Sun4U's brand image and making sure that they have events and liaising with people through social media, through emails and stuff like that.
So as you guys know, Sun4U Radio actually has extended our application for recruitment.
Yep.
Nice.
So if you are interested, please do come and apply since we need more young bloods who are passionate in radio broadcasting. Besides that, we are also open for other positions as well. So yeah, please do come apply.
You can find more
join us.
information on our Instagram post. It is extended until the 7th of October.
Yep.
Come on, guys. We want to see new faces, man.
Yeah, since everybody is graduating, also going for internship. Are you having internship next semester?
No, I'll be here for a while. My internship is next year.
That's
she got
really
a long time.
But yeah, so we need a lot of you guys to actually come and join us.
Yeah.
So we can actually extend our team, our family members.
Yes.
So let's dive into our topic today. As you guys can see on the screen, we are talking about vegan and also being vegetarian today also.
Yeah.
All right, and you guys should understand by now why we have Breenda on the show.
Yes.
Yes, Breenda is vegan.
Yes.
Would you like to explain about
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so ever since I was born a vegetarian because my mom, she went into a religious society that is all about not harming animals
Yep.
and stuff like that. So since birth, I've been a vegetarian.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Very
So no meat,
impressive.
nothing. But I think somewhere during the pandemic, there was this one time where I went out for dinner. And we had pizza, pasta, so a lot of milk and cheese filled food. And I ate a bit, and then I started vomiting. I didn't know why. And the stupid thing that I did is I continued to eat. I was like, you know what, it's fine. I guess it's just my stomach. So I continued and I vomited again. So I was like, oh no. What's going on? So I thought maybe it's the food, something's wrong with it. And then it clicked maybe it's just the dairy or the cheese.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, no, not cheese. Are you kidding me? I can eat cheese or butter now too. So I started experimenting if I was actually lactose intolerant. So I started cutting out food little by little, and I noticed that I'm not vomiting anymore, or because if I were to take just a small amount of cheese or butter or milk, I would just vomit immediately, which is something very new.
Is this sort of an allergic reaction?
Yeah. So lactose intolerance is actually very common in Malaysians. A lot of people just kind of disregard it. Okay lah, you know what? I will eat some ice cream, I'll eat some cheese, and I'll just go to the bathroom and it's all good.
Yeah, start to jump if you really.
Yeah, exactly. But it started to really affect me because I was vomiting and I would feel really uncomfortable and things like that. So I was okay, let me just try to cut it out slowly. And then since I was already doing it, I've always wanted to be a vegan, but I never thought I would go into it at such a young age. Oh, I'm 21 by the way. Mention that. Yeah, so I never thought I would actually go into veganism very young age. But then I did a lot of research. During the pandemic, we have all the time in the world to do research, and what I realized is what I was kind of running away from the meat industry is actually very prevalent in the dairy industry. How, they take away their calves from the cows so that they don't get milk, and the way that the whole farming industry is just complete mess with all the dairy thing. So I realized that, you know what, I think it's just time for me to like take a step and like switch to veganism.
Okay.
And so I've been a vegan for about like 2 years now. Yeah.
Still
been going great.
still
Going
keep
strong.
going.
Yeah.
I think
It's so don't get me wrong, it's very weird that, you know, people like us, we eat anything in the world, and I hear somebody who eats like a little bit of cheese, a little bit of like all the dairy products, and they just vomit everything out.
Yeah, it was very shocking to me as well, because I was like, I mean, I've been fine for the like all my time when I'm here, and I was like, suddenly, how can I just get it suddenly? I know people who like from birth they can't take dairy, but like this was like in suddenly when I'm like 19, 20, I was like, what? Why? How come? Like, why is my body not
I have
adapting?
mad respect for you right now.
I mean, it could be genetic or something like that, right?
I'm not too sure. Yeah.
Okay.
In your case, it's not genetic, right?
No. Like all my family members, they're fine with dairy. They can take dairy.
Wait, so are you the only vegan in the family?
My brother is a vegan. He actually went vegan. I think a year before me. He went for maybe like the right reasons.
Okay.
He watched the documentary and he was like, "Oh no,
Yeah,
I can't."
because like
I can't.
because I know that there are like a lot of videos, you know,
Correct,
especially on
yeah.
Facebook, they are like circulating with how those inside of those industries really like. So it's just like very brutal when we are watching it.
Yes, definitely.
But at the same time, all of us, I mean, I did try to go vegetarian because of our culture. So for Chinese culture, we have our own Chinese calendar. So during the first day and also the 15th day, we will actually go for vegetarian diet because it's like the birth of the deities. So I mean, we did try lah, but at the same time, it's very difficult for me.
Yes, from like a meat eater transitioning.
Yeah, it's
to
like a
vegetarian
big,
diet,
it's like a big shift suddenly.
Correct. Yes.
So it's just like, wow, I really have respect for you guys to actually do that, and then especially for doing so many years.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't follow, but you know, as my religion, Indian religion, we have so many periods of
like
being
festivals or
vegetarian.
days, like that. Yeah.
Especially on the second half of the year, there's like always something, and my parents would be like, "Okay, so we are vegetarian for a month," and I'd be like, "Okay." But yeah, I don't follow them, but I have done it before with my whole family. And to be honest, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. You can't take egg, you can't take meat. You know, my type of vegetarian is just veggie. Yeah.
I think another thing that we actually can discuss is about like, you know, the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Because for Breenda, she's like a vegan,
yes.
and then for us, like we opt for vegetarian food choice.
Yeah.
So is there like a difference?
Would you explain the vegan part?
Okay, so the main difference between vegan and vegetarianism, vegans don't take any sort of animal products. So that means like milk, butter, yogurt, any dairy products, and even honey. And then they also don't use like leather clothing, wool, silk. So like it's not just in terms of eating, it's like a whole practice kind of thing. Where vegetarians, there are different types of vegetarians, but like the main vegetarian, they don't take any type of milk, meat. Some take egg. I think ovo lactose takes egg, but they don't eat meat, but they still eat dairy. So that's the main difference, is one eats dairy and one does not take any sort of dairy.
There are like a lot of types of vegetarianism.
Yeah.
I've heard there's like one culture where they don't eat garlic. That's the type of vegetarian.
I also don't take onion and garlic.
Wait, what is garlic not?
Yeah.
Is garlic like? I mean, like I thought garlic is like under vegan.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah, why?
I don't know the reason, but yeah, garlic is not part of their meal.
Okay.
It cannot be in any part of their meal.
But that's not a dairy thing.
Yeah, I'm so confused.
It's a whole different thing. And then there's one where they're allowed to eat egg.
Yeah.
Correct.
Cannot.
I think that's ovo lacto. They can take egg. Like some friends I know that they don't eat egg, but if it's in cake or if it's in like any kind of cookie, it's fine. Kind of thing. But they don't eat like raw egg, like scrambled egg kind of thing.
Okay.
I know vegetarians like that. Yeah.
There's also some people who only eat seafood.
Oh, pescatarians.
Pescatarians,
yeah.
Yes.
It's just very confusing that there are like so many type of food that can be touched or cannot be touched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I, for example, like when I'm eating with my vegetarian friends, sometimes they will be like eating, for example, eggs. And then suddenly I was like, wait, I thought like you cannot eat eggs. So she was, for me, I can take eggs. And then when I was eating with another vegetarian friend, she was like saying, I actually cannot touch egg. Then I was like, okay. So this it just like get very confusing to the
Yeah,
point that
Sometimes I feel like it's part of their lifestyle. They choose what they want to
Correct.
eat. You know, if they prefer this way, they will go this way. So
Yeah,
I'm
sometimes
glad.
also because of religion.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
glad
that,
there's like a variety, so you can
Yeah.
choose kind of thing.
So that's all for our first segment. We will listen to some music first, and then we'll get back to you guys later.
See you.
See you guys. And hello. We are back from Sun4U Radio. My name is Damien.
My name is Pria, and we have Breenda.
Hello, it's me again.
Yep, we are talking about veganism in Malaysia, or basically around the world, just talking about veganism. So Breenda is actually a vegan, and she's also part of our Sun4U Radio team, the PR.
Yes, the PR department.
Yep. So since we are all looking for new young bloods to join us, so please do come and scan the QR code, or basically go to our our social media Sun4U Radio to apply for it.
Yes, join our team.
Yep, we need more people. That's all.
Yeah,
Good opportunity too, guys. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a really good opportunity.
yeah, you guys can actually put that into your resume also.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
for your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's good. It's all on my resume.
who knows? You might get a chance on Hits FM.
Yeah.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
seen some. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah.
This might be you.
Yeah, this is why we want you.
We want you.
Okay, so for this segment, we're going to talk a little bit about the choice of preference. So we're going to touch a little bit about food and also fashion, accessories, because Breenda mentioned that for vegan, they actually basically avoid any animal product.
Correct.
So I think the first thing that we have in our mind is that, because you know how basically every food has their own nutrition.
Yes.
So for example, we get protein from meat, eggs. So let's say if you actually skip or avoid the diet, so do you have like any particular substitution to substitute the nutrition in it?
Alternatives, of course. So like I think my main protein would be like beans, grains, legumes. So like I'm Indian and we have a lot of dal that has a lot of protein. You can also get it from like tempeh or tofu, so soy protein. So that's like you can get a lot of protein. And I think nowadays it's so much easier to find alternatives. Like back then, like in 10 years ago, it was very difficult to get. I was vegetarian food,
Yeah.
so everywhere I would go, if I would go to my friend's house or for an event, I would always have a bekal Tupperware of my mom's food, because like there would just be no options. But like right now, there's so many alternatives, and it's so nice to see veganism coming up very nicely.
Yeah.
I understand that the life of a vegan is and like vegetarian, it's difficult. Especially if I'm not mistaken, in Malaysia, it's even more difficult to find for the products, to find for the food, to find for like a restaurant.
Yeah.
So rare, because people hear, oh, it's a vegan restaurant. People will be like, oh, whoa, my God, it's here. Oh,
Because
so,
I think sorry, what you were going to say?
no, I mean like how do you do it? Like, do you have like a specific restaurant that you go to? Do you have a specific brand that you follow?
Okay. As I mentioned before, like 10 years ago, yes, it was very difficult. But like right now, even just in campus, you go down to Fresco, we have a vegetarian stall, which is great. Like most of it is vegan. In Rock, there's also a vegetarian stall. I think nowadays it's so easy to find. We also have this Happy Cow app, which it's an app or like a website kind of thing where you just type in the location that you are in, and they will tell you the vegetarian or vegan stores that are nearby. There are so many in Sunway, in
That's actually,
Subang.
very convenient.
It's so convenient nowadays, like because like it's on Food Panda, it's on Grab Food, like it's everywhere. So I think like Subang, Sunway, KL, everywhere has.
I think because last time when I was eating with my vegetarian friend, right, what she did was basically we go to any restaurant and then she would actually request for like vegetarian food only, because you know that like you can actually customize in Chinese restaurant, right? So she would actually ask like, oh, can you like not put meat inside?
Yeah.
So I think that is what we Chinese usually do lah, because it's like more affordable also in a way.
True.
Because when you go to like those vegetarian shop that actually just focus on selling vegetarian food, it's actually very expensive.
I think that really depends on the kind of vegetarian stores that you go. Like downstairs Fresco, you can get like a proper meal, a plate for like 6 ringgit, which is so worth it. But if you were to go to like a higher scale kind of restaurant, maybe one meal would be like 30 ringgit, 40 ringgit, 50 ringgit. So that's not ideal, especially for like students like us. But like there's a few in even SS18. There's a Chinese restaurant, there's a Western restaurant, there's even a Indian vegetarian restaurant where you can get like meals under less than 20 ringgit. So I think it's very, very affordable.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think like the prices are like increasing, especially because when I tried, I wanted to try vegetarianism.
Join the club.
I mean, I wanted to try it, like just to see how it goes, but it's like so expensive though.
Yeah. Where did you go?
Maybe I'm just like
Right place,
not,
I think.
Yeah, the right place. Maybe I've
location.
not been to the right place, but I feel like if you want to go grocery shopping or like if you want to just go find for a restaurant to have food, I have to spend so much more, and I often compare if I were to go like to McDonald's or like just nasi goreng from like Rock or something. It's like $7, $8 kind of
Wait,
thing.
McDonald's is $7.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the nasi goreng.
Okay, the nasi goreng.
There's also mix and match in McDonald's. So it's like $6. So like,
true.
like what? Well, I mean, what do you have?
For like fast food, right now there's not that many options. But you know, Taco Bell, they have like the tacos. They have, so instead of meat, you can replace it with beans.
Oh, yeah.
So and that's like 9 ringgit. You can get 2 tacos with like a drink and like with fries or chips for like 9 ringgit. So like I thought that was really cool because I could never ever eat in a fast food restaurant. Because now that I'm vegan, I cannot even have ice cream, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, don't answer.
Dairy.
But like now Taco Bell has that, so I think that's really cool. It's slowly upcoming, and I remember I think one time Burger King said that they were gonna introduce like vegan burgers or whatever, but then they did introduce it, and then it had traces of meat because.
Oh no!
Yeah, okay, I never tried it, thank God. But like to the people who did, that's really, really not fair.
This is very
Burger King, shame on you.
disrespectful also, right?
Very
Yeah,
disrespectful.
and another thing is they also fry in the same oil. So if you're
Oh,
very
no.
strict vegetarian vegan, it's a big problem. So
Yeah.
that's always gonna be a problem.
That is so.
That's not fair because
Yeah.
people practice it, right?
Yeah, because I think also like for us, whenever we watch cooking shows, right? Because I sometimes watch cooking shows like Tasty or whatever, they will have like this vegan
yeah, same.
alternative
Yeah,
or vegetarian alternative.
yeah.
So sometimes I know that for meat, they will replace it with tofu
Correct.
or beans. I think there's one thing is also called aquafaba.
Aquafaba is
It's like
chickpea water. We also
Yeah,
use
chickpea water,
chickpea
yeah.
water. So like you just soak your chickpeas and when you drain it, it's like sticky and it's good for like cake frosting.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's really good for
Because
that. The
it's-
consistency is kind of like egg.
It's very fascinating when you can actually watch they use alternative ingredients
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
actually make the same food. So you'll be like, oh wait, I can actually use
wow,
that, and it actually is more
yes.
affordable instead of getting the real thing.
Correct. About affordability for like you said in grocery markets and stuff like that, I think it's really how you shop. So if you were to go to Jaya Grocer, everything that, of course you can find a lot of vegan options. It's beautiful. I love going to Jaya Grocer. But like it's so expensive. It's
Yeah.
very
Yes.
expensive. But you can go to your local grocery store like Maidin or Giant or Carrefour. You can just get like ingredients. So like if I were to get like beans or soy milk or like tofu or normal vegetables, it's so cheap. It's much cheaper. So I don't think price is really a factor here. It really depends on the kind of products you want. But it's definitely, you can make it budget friendly. Nothing too bad.
Yeah, because for me, whenever I go grocery shopping, right, whenever I had a grocery list, and then there is a grocery list, but it always ended up going out of the grocery list when we buy things when doing groceries. So I noticed that for veggies, it's like kind of cheaper compared to
course,
the meats. So plus the thing is that for veggies, right, you can actually because like when you buy a bag of veggies, it's like 2 ringgit plus. I remember there are like 3 stock of siu bak choy.
Bak choy.
Yeah. So I think another thing that we can consider is that the sustainability. So if we buy one bag, we can actually eat for a few days.
Yeah,
So we can split it into a few days. It's actually more budget friendly. So if you really calculate it, it's going to take like 70 cents, 80 cents per meal.
Per meal, yeah. That's correct.
That
That's
is-
true.
That is
Yeah,
very,
it's
very.
cheap. But that's also if you're like Rajin to like go home and cook and everything. If you're to go buy out and stuff, that's completely different. But I think I like cooking. I cook a lot, so
You get to experiment with different kind of products. And then you get to
yeah, you can make
experiment.
so many different types of things.
Yeah, but then it's just very tiring sometimes.
Yeah,
You're like
uni,
tired after class and
Yeah.
stuff, and then you're like,
True.
oh my god, I have to go home and cook. Oh,
Sometimes I
God.
cook right before I come to class because I will have to cook lunch for my family. It's exhausting.
Okay, so aside the food, right? So what other brands that would you usually go for? For example, like fashion accessory, because we know that the Body Shop actually is like they avoid testing on animals.
The animal cruelty. They were first animal cruelty. They were never vegan, so that means they would use like honey and like dairy and stuff like that. But now they are, which is really cool. I love their products. A bit expensive though, but
Yes.
yeah, I love what they stand for. I think cruelty free is so important because it's what I said. It's also in the dairy industry how they're harming animals. It also harms animals, like in makeup brands, skincare brands. I was actually really not aware of this. I think only during when I went into veganism, I did my research because I wanted to buy new makeup products, and I was looking at brands, and I was like, oh my god, why do they have like this vegan symbol and cruelty free? Is that like not for every brand? So I found out that like so many brands, I think like your Silky Girl, your local kind of brands, they are all not cruelty free and they're all not vegan because they are produced and manufactured in China. So whatever companies or brands that produce it there, they all are not cruelty free. So that's kind of a shame, because I was like, I used to like drugstore kind of makeup because it's cheap. First of all, it's so affordable, right? But then I was like, oh no, it's not. So I was like, oh no. Like, I think even Garnier at one point, they were not cruelty free, but now they are. So like slowly companies are coming up and realizing that like that's very important to customers as well. Even like makeup brands, like I don't know if you know, like Velvet Vanity, Butyrra, Holla Face. Yeah, Butyrra. Yeah.
That's all my specialties.
She is actually a vegan and cruelty-free company.
Oh, that's great. I just added some items to my cart.
Yeah. So like she has perfumes, she has like makeup stuff. Like I completely love it. I think my favorite would be Velvet Vanity, because like they have all sorts of makeup things, and it's run by a local. It's all local companies. I love to support local as well, and it's also much cheaper.
So like what are the brands that you normally buy? Like from skincare to fashion, makeup. Like, what do you buy?
So,
I mean, which brand? Do you...
Makeup would probably be Butyrra.
Wait. This disclaimer, we are not sponsored.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
But if you want to sponsor us, just drop us an email at sunforyou@email.edu.my.
Breenda is a PR, so she will get in touch with you. Yes.
As for clothes, right now I thrift a lot. I think that's
GBR. Chloe was talking to me about GBR.
Thrifting is so popular nowadays. I think a lot of people, it's much cheaper and it's more sustainable as well compared to fast fashion brands like H&M,
because fashion trend they actually die very quickly.
Correct, like Shein. I think that's a big fast fashion brand.
There's a lot of controversy going on with Shein.
Okay, let's put this in another episode.
All right.
But
so mostly thrifting. I don't have a specific brand for clothing, but mostly I thrift lah.
Yeah, it's also I mean it's just like helping the environment in a way.
True. Yeah, I'm all about that.
I because Chinese New Year is coming, so Chinese New Year that usually new clothes, new outfits.
Yes.
Maybe we can go for thrift shopping.
Yeah, actually there's like so many thrift stores nearby in SS18. I think there's 2. I don't know if you know OK Go.
Oh yeah.
OK Go, This is a famous one. It's like very trendy, very hip, very for 1K people.
I've been to 2nd Street. I think 2nd Street is great.
Okay, so guys, remember to jot them on. So another question that I have in my mind, right, is like, so like how some products, for example, like bags, like how some of the leather, it's just called the leather, they're actually used from
animal products.
Yeah.
Correct. I think like leather and suit are made from like animal skin. So like sometimes they don't kill the animal, like for goats, or they take the wool from the animals. They don't kill it, but like they shave it off.
The sheep.
Yeah, sheep. Oh my god. I made a mistake there. Yeah, but like for like cheetah skin kind of thing. Yeah. They kill animals, so they kill like snakes and things like that. So of course we're all against that, and it's also very, very expensive to get.
Yeah, like the rugs on the floor, right?
Yes.
Sometimes they will have like those cheetah skin, and then when I look at it, I just feel. Like I just get a vibe that's very weird out.
I see snake skin and I'm like, I'm not gonna touch that. No. And I'm kind of glad that even people who are not vegan and who are not vegetarian, they still don't buy it because they don't want that. Animal cruelty is like so general nowadays.
That's also important. Yeah. So I think like nowadays people are more aware. So even if you're not like a vegan or vegetarian per se, you're avoiding this thing. It's a small step, which is great.
Yeah, because I think a concept of veganism is that they want to avoid harming animals also. So even though if you are not a vegan or a vegetarian, you can also do that by avoiding this kind of products, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but I think also another thing is that how do you know that these things are not from animal? For example, because I know that for bags, they're actually artificial leather now, right?
Like things you can find on Shopee. The cheap normally is you look at the price or like you look at the label. Usually they tell you it's like real leather or fake leather kind of thing.
Would you still buy the fake ones?
As of now, I don't really have any kind of fake leather.
I think it's better to just stay
Just
away
kind of
from
avoid,
it, you
right?
know?
Yeah.
White leather also.
Wait, so all leather are from animal?
There's artificial leather, so it's made out of plastic kind of thing. Yeah, that's not real per se lah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the real one is very, very expensive, and those are from actual animal skin and stuff.
I went to this shop before. I'll not name the shop, okay? I'll not name the shop. But it's a very well-known one here. Went there and we did some shopping, and I found this rug. And they said it's cow skin, and I was like, I didn't want to go near it, and I was like, no, stay away from
Yeah,
me.
Yes.
I think this is like sort of like a tradition that's been passed down since the older generation, right? Because you know how in the past, technology is not as good as now, so they actually go for this kind of materials. But also since now that we have this kind of mindset and also concept coming out, so we're actually saving the world in a way.
Yeah, people are more conscious, more aware nowadays.
So
I hope you've gotten some brand awareness from Breenda here. She have mentioned a few brands here and there, so I hope it helps.
yep, and we will see you guys back in the next segment. So we'll listen to some music first, and we'll see you guys later.
Hello, everyone, and we're back for our third segment. My name is Pria.
My name is Damien.
And I'm Breenda.
Okay, so we're here just talking about veganism and vegetarianism. So, Breenda, I have a very important question.
We have a very important question.
This is a very debatable topic. Okay, it's time to get serious, man.
Spit it out.
So, you're a vegan. Your friend circle, are they vegan as well, or some?
Some of them are, but most of them are not.
Okay, so the question is, would you not support, would you
support,
influence your friends your family is already vegetarian,
My dad
right?
is not vegetarian yet.
Okay, so would you influence your friends to practice vegan and vegetarianism?
I wouldn't force them. I mean, if they want to know all about vegetarianism, veganism, I would be happy to tell them all about it, like where to get food, what kind of food is the best thing, and stuff like that. But I would never ever because it's my belief, it's my value, it's what I stand for, what I believe in. I would never impose it on other people because I don't think that's right, you know?
Yeah.
If they are interested in it, I'm so happy to help. I would never impose them, like, if you're not a vegan, I'm not going to be your friend kind of thing. I would never do that.
That is so nice to hear.
Because I think our viewpoint, basically where we are coming from, is because that, you know, how in the past there's this drama going on in social media, basically the vegan teacher. Have you heard about it?
I've seen her videos. It's very questionable.
Yeah, so basically what she did, in case you guys don't know, it's basically how should I put it? It's basically a vegan woman.
Activist kind of person.
Activist. She's basically like forcing people to change into vegan. So it's just like sort of like forcing her own concept and her own opinions to other people. So if people don't want to follow, then she would just be like fight back in a not
she will
appropriate
degrade
way.
the people who don't follow,
Yes.
which is, I feel like it's wrong.
It's so low of you. I mean, you're standing for something, like you care about animals and everything, but why would you
Degrade a human.
Degrade a human. I think I saw this YouTube video where I think a YouTuber made a video of her content and like, she's talking about this, and then after that, because of that video, she made a video to reply to her, and she was like, you know, you're not a vegetarian, you're not a vegan, you're like so low life. Why are you even in this like life? Or you should die, you know, for all I care kind of thing. And I was like, that's so extreme. Why are you so angry? Why are you so? That's just contradicting the whole fact that you are caring about animals, but you don't even like care about have sympathetic towards human beings.
Humanity, yeah, exactly, humanity.
I think because not just her lah, but I think that around the world there are still some people that actually force this kind of concept onto other people, even though they are not making this choice, then they will literally just be like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. So it's just like what's your opinion about this kind of people?
I think that's wrong. I mean, you should never do that. The reason that you go into veganism should be your own reason, okay? You believe in it, you value it, that's great. That's so good for you. But some people, maybe they're not interested in it, or maybe they like to try vegetarian food, but they're like, they don't want to go into it, which is completely fine. It's your own life. It's your own, you know, you can follow anything. You don't have to force a person. I think that's ridiculous. A person can go and force. I think for this teacher, I also saw a video where she posted where I think in America or something, some tower broke down and a lot of people died. And her title was yeah, did you see? Her title was like, oh, a lot of people died and a lot of meat people died. Is this good or bad?
Yeah.
Why would you even title that?
It's just very controversial to the point that, like, okay, so basically the topic is about people dying.
Correct.
But then at the same time, she was like using that to make as a stepping stone for veganism.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, what?
She was like, because they're not vegans, so it's good that they died. I'm like, what? No.
I mean, like, it's good that you want to voice out for veganism, but please pick the appropriate method and culture to do it.
Yeah, because I feel like the main reason why the non-vegans, the one who actually eats meat and stuff, they they just don't look up to people who are practicing veganism, mainly because of this.
Maybe just because of that 1%, and then they just...
the 1%, and they just generalize it.
Correct.
They
That's
feel
another thing I hope that you guys don't general think. Just because I think she's got quite a big amount of subscribers as well.
Yeah.
But which is a big follow. Which is very
scary.
questionable. It doesn't anything I'm doing. Maybe people just like the drama. I don't know.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, for influencing, because my neighbor currently, she's actually a vegetarian. So the funny thing is because she told us that during COVID-19, right, it's very difficult to get like those I can't pronounce that word properly. Veggies.
Veggies, okay.
So it's very difficult. So she actually opted for pescatarian just to get that
For
particular
convenience kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think COVID-19 also had changed people's diet in a way also. So at the same time, because her husband, I think her husband was originally not a vegetarian. So for her, he actually switched to a vegetarian diet.
That is my dream, man.
So
That's very sweet.
Yeah, it's very sweet because like, I mean, I think that is a good way, an appropriate way to actually influence to be someone to pick the choice of being a vegan or vegetarian. So I think it's more of like what is the word, to be considerate for other people also lah.
I really respect people who practice veganism and vegetarianism because I could never. But I tried. I will try. I'm pretty sure in the future I'll try again. But the level of respect I have for that community is like so high because you guys can do it every day, you know. And have you ever encountered like people disrespecting your belief?
Of course. I think even since I was a vegetarian, like, even in the past, like even my close relatives, so we would have like maybe like death prayers or family prayers kind of thing. So we would need food, right?
Yeah.
So, and they know they're very aware that I've been vegetarian since birth. My mom as well, my family as well. But they kind of just disregard it, and they're like, "Oh, why are you vegetarian?" And they won't prepare an ounce of vegetarian food for us. So every time I would have to go there, we would have no food. It's very
So sad.
Yeah.
it's so mean as well
So
because I'm like,
mean.
why would you do that? I mean, it's not really that difficult to get vegetarian food.
Yeah.
It's even weddings. I've been to like relatives' wedding, like close relatives, like my cousin or my auntie or uncle. No food for me. So you know what I would have? Drinks or like papadum. Papadum is like the fried.
Yeah, the
everything.
fried cracker.
That's all I would have. Like I would just have a plate of that with drinks because like there's no food
That is
for
so
us.
unfair though.
Or I would have to
unfair.
buy on my own and like I will eat with like a Tupperware food kind of thing there. So people can be very mean or they'll be like, oh, why are you doing it? You think you're better than other people, is it? I'm like, no.
It's even worse when
my
it's your own
belief.
relatives.
I know, it's
even
very,
worse.
very sad. But I'm so lucky to have so many friends who are very respectful about it. I think ever since I was small, I think like in kindergarten or something, I had a friend, I went to her house for Chinese New Year and she was so sweet that she prepared like a whole like container of like biscuits for me. She was like, these are eggless, these are just for you. And she even had a meal for me, this was just for you. And I was like, that is so
my God.
respectful. I was like, I've never felt this like from my own like family, but like you are just like my friend, and I felt so nice. Even like in primary school, I had a friend who, she was a Malay friend, and I went to her house for like some party. Her mom had bought new utensils for me, and she bought like the fake meat and everything she cooked, and she was like, you know, because I'm Muslim, I understand about this whole halal and thing, and cooking with different utensils, so I bought and she made like a whole ass meal for me. And I have never been more grateful of the people that I've met. I've been so lucky to have like so many friends who are very respectful and understing about
That
me.
is the sweetest thing
Yeah, that is
somebody
so
could do.
I
you
was
know?
like, really? For me? Just me? It's so sweet. So it really depends who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, because
Like-
people starting to have this kind of conscience also, right?
Yeah.
They will know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
utensils and then the basically like anything that has meat inside, you should like renew it to some something
Because
new.
in my house we have separate utensils and pots just for vegetarian
Yeah.
and the
Ah, so
non-veg one.
smart.
We don't mix. If I mix,
Then-
that will be the last day.
Yeah, a lot of people are not aware, but like slowly people are coming up and being more conscious about it, which is good.
Yeah,
Great.
I mean, like I'm really happy to actually see that we are actually starting to have this kind of conscience also, because like, you know, the stereotypical knowledge in our mind is basically like, hey, why you don't want to eat this? Like, but you can't get enough nutrition. It comes just a little bit, taste lah. They're just like,
Oh my god,
They're
I
just like-
get so angry. Like,
Yeah.
this are meat lah. And I
yeah.
was like, what?
I mean, even the word just a little bit, taste a bit lah. It's like it's like already a big no no.
already-
It's very
really
disrespectful as well because
Yeah.
like even if you mean it as a joke, how can you say that to me? Like I'm practicing for a long time and you know that I'm practicing about it.
It's like crossing the boundaries also.
Yeah, like in my house, my sister she would be pescatarian.
Okay.
Okay, but she has been eating meat since young. But suddenly, like a few years ago, when she eats chicken or mutton, she gets terrible stomach pain.
Oh no.
And then, yeah, it has been going on for a while, and she realized that it's actually the meat. And so she went into a pescatarian diet, and yeah, I know how you feel when there's like your own relatives and stuff. But now it took some time for them to realize. But now when we go to their house for any makan, they'll prepare fish for my sister.
That's nice.
They
That's so
prepare rice.
sweet. It's
Yeah.
like the effort that you put in.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
if it's just a little bit. It
Exactly.
really means the world to me.
Yeah.
But then, for joke's sake, my whole family would be like, especially my dad. My dad would be like, "Nah, you want to try pizza? Nah, you want to try sausage? Yeah?" And I'd be like, "Can you leave her alone?" Like,
Yeah, just like protect them from alcohol.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, for jokes lah, but I know my sister will be feeling like one
Yeah,
kind
like
inside.
why would you even want to kind of do that?
like-
But no, I've been very grateful and lucky. I think I even have like uni friends and college friends now. They will make it an effort every time we go out. They will find vegetarian shops, and then they will send it to me. They were like, "Let's go here," and I'm like, "That's so sweet." Because typically, if I were to ever go out, they will tell me the place, and I have to call them up and be like, "Hey, can you provide no meat,
vegetarian?
no
Yeah.
no this and that?" And then like
Because sometimes you also feel very shy, and also, I mean, like if I were ordering that, if I want to customize in a very many way, for example, like because I don't really like seafood, so I would like, oh, can you actually then put this one, that one? Then I just feel like, okay, never mind. I feel very shy already.
I think I'm so used to it because I would have to do it everywhere, every like place that I go to. I have to tell them, I don't eat this, I don't eat that, and sometimes they mess it up.
Oh
This
no!
is my biggest. I get
that
so angry
scary?
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, I tell you no dairy, no that thing. Because another thing, I'm also allergic, so that's a big problem, And then it comes to dairy, it comes to me. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, it's egg. And I was like, egg is dairy. And they're like, oh, it's okay lah.
Oh, it's not okay.
I mean, it's alright. I'm like, no, you can't do that. I mean, I'm going to a restaurant and it's annoying because I call them up before coming. I even message them on Instagram, so I'm telling you have my option, right? When I go there, they're like, actually, we don't have your option.
You have one job,
So I
restaurant.
was like, why would I even bother to come to your shop?
Because like we already did our job. Then the restaurant,
Correct.
you only have one job.
Yeah, I'm like,
the it's okay part. Like, do you want me to die? Like,
That's
you
very
gonna pay for my
triggering.
medical
so
bills?
annoying. And sometimes they don't understand the difference between vegetarian and veganism. That's okay, I will tell you exactly what. And they're like, oh, but then vegan can eat milk, what? Vegan can eat fish, what? I was like, no, what?
Okay, I mean like even if she or he thinks that can, but for you, it's not applicable on
I
you.
told them, like, to the point where now when I go out, I have to tell them I'm allergic to this, I'm allergic to meat. So if like it comes and I have an allergic reaction, it's on you, kind of
Yeah.
thing. That's
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I have to do, or else they won't take it seriously. So it's still a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, hope that more of the people can actually realize that it's very important for all, every one of you,
It's
us,
something-
us, you guys. Yeah.
So do you? This is a random because you know how we all like coffee and stuff. Do you drink coffee?
I don't like coffee. This is another thing.
Tea?
I don't
What
like
about
coffee. Tea is fine. I like tea. Yeah, for coffee and stuff like that, we can mix with soy milk or oat milk.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
I
So
will.
that's great.
So,
There's
like, if you go
options
to
there everywhere.
Starbucks,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can just change the milk.
Change it.
But you have to like pay
Pay extra,
additional,
which is like I was very
which
confused.
is kind of sad.
Yeah, because like you know how. I mean, like for me, it already feels very expensive.
Alright.
Because like you just wanted to change milk to another preference. It's just like why
Extra
need
extra 3 ringgit. I'm like, why?
yeah, why need to tambah?
In my opinion, soy milk is cheap.
Yeah.
Soy milk is really cheap. You find really cheap.
And then the fact that you don't have to do extra thing, you just have to switch the milk.
yeah.
That's the only-
You're like literally taking away one ingredient and
And
replacing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So why is it more expensive? I
It's
don't
just
get it.
very
I still
confused.
don't understand.
But
So
yeah.
macam tak faham.
Yeah. So before we wrap up everything, does Breenda, you have any words that you want to actually tell the listeners for people that actually, I mean for everyone lah, that wanted to like basically jumping into the field of being vegan?
I'm sure there are people who
Yeah.
wants to go into it.
Maybe some
So,
tips and also
like
like some guidelines that you wish you have known before actually searching it yourself.
I think if you are going into or you are leading towards a vegetarian or veganism lifestyle, I think it's very important for you to understand that you can't just jump right into it like immediately.
Yeah.
You have to have baby steps. Because I know so many friends that like they want to like transform to vegan, but then they find it so difficult because it's like, oh my god, it's such a drastic change, and then they just give it up because it's too much for them. I mean, because I'm not a meat eater, I've never eaten, it was not that difficult for me to change. But from a meat eater to a vegetarian, it's a whole complete different spectrum, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're going into it, have like small goals, like reachable goals that you know. So like maybe that 1 week you cut out something slowly, then you'll be able to achieve it better. And if you are not looking to try vegetarian and veganism, it's okay, that's great, that's really your opinion. But you know, you can be open to trying dishes and stuff like that. I'm not saying that you have to,
I
but
think
it's
for
great.
Sun4U, we can try one
Because I
episode.
want to try.
Yeah,
I really want to try.
I'll
try
bring
for
you
one
to
Sun4U.
great places.
Yeah.
It's really nice. There's so many options nowadays. So I think that it would be really great for you guys to try and know that it's not a compulsory thing or whatever. It's very in trend right now, yes, but you know, it's good to try.
But I think some people might have the misconception of trying it as a trend instead of like really trying it from heart, you know.
True, that's another thing. So I hope that you start off with the right reasons. You can go into it for health reasons, like maybe to lose weight or you think whatever, but like please know that like you should start with a good reason. So you should dive into the vegan industry, do more research, find out more about it, why the ethics behind it and everything. Then I think it's more sustainable. But even if you want it to go in any reason, that's great. Just do research and understand the whole industry.
I think that is like a very important thing. And also for me, my opinion would be respectful. Be
Yes.
respectful, really, really respectful, because you are coming from your own POV, you don't know what other people is experiencing. So be really respectful.
I mean, if you can't do it, they're doing it, you know, and you gotta respect their beliefs as well. And also, my advice would be not to generalize them. Just because
Right.
one person is doing it
Yes.
wrongly doesn't mean everyone is doing the
That's
same
Yes.
thing. Like, you know, our bestie Breenda here will be to a shop now to go makan.
Yes.
Yeah, just a lot of things to take in at the moment lah.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming up to our show today.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
opportunity to be a part of you guys.
I mean, you are already a part of it.
The whole different world.
Okay.
You're such a natural man.
Yeah, so again, we will mention about the recruitment. Our recruitment date has actually been extended to the 7th of October. So for you guys who are interested, please do come and scan our QR code at the 9th floor, which is located at the student center, or you can go to our social media at Sun4U Radio.
Yes, there's a few positions open, and please come and join us hosts because we're looking for new faces.
Yep, we need more people since all of us are graduating, going away for intern.
Yes.
Yeah, just come, please.
It'll be fun. You
Yeah, it's
won't
really
regret
Fun.
it.
I mean, you see how fun we're having now.
Look at us.
So yeah, I guess that's all from our episode today. And we will see you. Why do you look so you sound so sad?
Till next time, Brenda. Till next
Yeah,
time,
there's
next
always
time.
next time. But yeah, please do forward. Please do follow us on our social media at Sun4U Radio on Instagram, and also subscribe to us on our YouTube, Sun4U Radio also. And we'll see you on the next episode. This is Damien,
My name is Pria.
And I'm Breenda.
and we're signing off now. Goodbye.
Bye.